Acceleration. We demonstrated acceleration by walking and then running. It is labeled by meters per second squared. Gravity. We demonstrated it by Jessica and I hitting the volleyball. If there wasn't gravity, the ball would just keep going up and never land. Newton's first law of motion. An object at rest will stay at rest unless an outside force is placed on it, commonly known as inertia. The ball is sitting at rest, then Jessica kicks the ball, creating an outside force, and the ball moves. Newton's second law of motion. Acceleration is produced when a force acts on mass. The greater the mass of the object being accelerated, the greater the amount of force needed to accelerate the object. We demonstrated this with shooting a basketball and a volleyball. A basketball has more mass, so it takes more force to shoot it. Force is labeled with newtons, and mass is labeled with kilograms. Center of mass. You have to have your center of mass in the right position to do this, otherwise it wouldn't work. Momentum. You have to build up momentum in order to do a cartwheel. Momentum is labeled by kilograms meters per second. Law of conservation of momentum states that the total momentum of two bodies will be the same before and after impact. In the collision of Annika and Jessica, momentum is stopped. Without friction, gravity, and forces, Annika's energy would have been transferred to Jessica and she would have kept running. Law of conservation of energy. Energy is neither created or destroyed. It can only be transferred from one form to another. Annika is dropping the ball. It starts with potential energy, and as it falls, it gains kinetic energy. Energy is changing forms. It is labeled with joules. Friction. Jessica and I are playing basketball. It's harder for me to block her because I have socks on which are smooth and create little friction. Jessica is wearing shoes which creates a lot of friction, which makes it easier for her to start and stop. The coefficient of friction is a number assigned to how much friction there is, also known as mu. Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Jessica and I are playing catch. As we catch it, the ball stops. In that instant, our hands exhibit a force equal and opposite to the thrown ball, so that the ball stops. Bloopers.